you can see talent gives you access. And in my long story, you will realize this is the pattern. And I tell them, actually, they are trying to train you
To work with
that delivery of a project is not necessarily your own brilliance. It's teamwork. Yeah. So even people would go to town and have things printed. They would go to town and make some models. At the end of the day is how you deliver your project.
Welcome to the Studio Little Bold podcast, where vision meets execution, creativity finds clarity, and mentorship unlocks potential. I'm your host, Abigail Osidiana, and this is the space for designers, dreamers, and change makers looking to build bold ideas and shape the future of interior design. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we have Charles on set. I'll give him a moment to introduce yourself, but before that, thank you so much for joining our podcast, coming to share, being willing, and taking time out of your day. Yeah, I don't take it for granted. Nashukuru kabisa.
Most welcome.
Karibu, feel comfortable. Hii ni story too.
Yes.
And don't mind me, I mix English and Kiswahili. It's not very rigid.
Okay.
So, if vile utaenda ndio utaenda. Sindio?
Okay. Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
Tutaroll.
Too.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Charles Kyeti, the managing director at A+ Interiors Limited. We have a presence in Kenya and Uganda. I'm an interior design lecturer at the Technical University of Kenya. I also teach at the University of Nairobi, my alma mater. I'm also the immediate former secretary of the Architectural Association of Kenya, AAK Interior Design Chapter. I also served as the secretary of IDAC, the founding secretary in its initial stages. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm glad. Thanks for having me.
Hey, karibu sana. First of all, you guys, mimi nakuanga na mchezo. Mmesikia hizo titles? Mmesikia hizo titles? Pa. Karibu tuende tukunywe maji turudi. But you're doing well. You're doing a good job.
Yeah. Asante sana.
Anyway, sawa. Tuende. So, you said your alma mater is UON.
University of Nairobi, yes.
Ulichaguaje UON?
The late Steve Jobs is the founder and CEO, was founder and CEO of Apple. He passed on a couple of years ago. In his commencement speech to the students of Stanford University, he said, you can only connect the dots by looking backwards. So me being at UON is not a single event in itself. It comes from way back. From way back, what influenced me to choose design and to end up there. So my story starts in a small village in Makueni. It's called Ngini.
Hey.
Yes, Ngini village. From village to the world. So I'll try to illustrate this. So I started drawing on soil. The earth was my canvas. Before they had sketch pads. Before we bought sketch pads, we just used to draw on soil. This is way before I joined nursery school. And we were drawing, a bunch of us, as we were herding our goats. And we were just drawing the things that we could see around. This is our animals, our goats, our cows. If a car passed, we'll try and draw that. If someone passed, we'll try and draw that person, a house, whatever. So as this was happening, I remember people used to pass, like adults, wanapita tu wanaona, what are these kids drawing? And then they'd stand next to my drawings. They admire. They ask me, what's your name? Tell them my name. Okay. Then they go. So I started noticing there's a talent here. There's something interesting about these things that I'm doing. When it rained, of course, the soil converts into clay. We can model a few. Same things. We model our animals. Our model hizo mbuzi zako. You can model a few. The things that you are seeing, a tree, whatever. So when I joined school, in nursery school, something strange happened. One of these boys that we were drawing in the village with, he went ahead and brought three of his friends to my desk the first day.
In nursery school?
Yeah, I've just arrived.
You remember nursery school?
Yeah. My memory is very good. Extremely good. So, man, this guy, he brings my friend. He tells his friends, there's this boy. He's called Kyeti. He's just come to school. Let's go see him. They see me. They come to my desk. These boys want to be drawn for cars.
In nursery school?
Yeah.
Wait, nursery school, watu wako how old? I'm trying to remember.
I joined at
3.
No, I was actually 6 years.
So it couldn't have been.
No, this is nursery school for shags. It's not this one.
Ile umekaa nyumbani sana alafu unajua ukiwa mkubwa.
This is nursery school for shags.
Nursery school kids.
Yeah. This nursery. I joined at 6 years. So
wait, sorry to ask. So as you're joining at 6 years, these other kids, are they like your age ama sasa wako normal age ya nursery school? Ama nyote ni wakubwa?
I think people used to join at 7 years.
Ilikuwa 3 years. Nursery? No. Baby class, nursery, pre-unit, alafu unaenda class 1.
Sinyi mlisoma masomo mzuri. We did
Lakini watu nursery school wanasoma nini hata? Unaenda tu kulalia huko shule. There's nothing you actually learning.
Maybe now all those things that you guys were doing for these 3 years is what us guys were doing. We're herding a few goats and drawing. So those 3 years, you guys spent 3 years learning. You guys spent 3 years playing, drawing, fighting, hunting, whatever. So by 6 years, I mean, you can hold a pen properly. A pencil. No, actually, your first pencil is bought when you're going. So you can hold it properly. So, yes, 6 years. Because I'm born... Someone mentioned their years.
You can.
So I'm born 88, and I joined nursery school in 94. How many years are those? Sorry, I joined nursery school in 93. Also, I was 5 years.
5.
Yeah, in 93. Then 94, I joined class 1. So I was 5 years. Point of correction.
Shule 3 years. Hey, 7.
Hey, man. 3 ni kidogo. Lakini anyway.
We digress.
But now my counterparts were 6. Was 6 years. I was the youngest in the class.
So now you guys are having this discussion. Come wachore magari, sindo?
No, these guys are now from class 1.
Coming to
the
nursery.
They're older.
Because they know you.
Yeah.
Village.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he brings some other guys from class 2 and from class 3 who don't know me. Maybe they come from a different part, some other different village. Then there's this guy, this gentleman. Nikamachorea. Next day, I delivered to my clients.
Paying 0 bob.
No, I wasn't paying.
Paying with mashukrani. Thank you.
No, let me tell you what that did. I got access. Now I could play with older kids. Like I never played with my peers. No, me niko nacheza tu na.
So unaacha wengine na snob nyinyi watoto.
No, like sisi hao vijana watanikujia. Like break time ikifika, they come collect me. From nursery school we go. We play. So you can see talent gives you access. And in my long story you will realize this is the pattern. Yeah, so this is nursery school. I go to class 1, class 2. By the time I'm in class 3, the teachers have joined. Yes, I'm now drawing I'm in class 3, but I'm invited to a class 4 class to draw the map of Kenya.
Oh, during class time too?
Yeah, during class. None of those students can draw as good as I do. So as I said, talent gives you access. Because I'm very short. No, I'm stepping on the teacher's desk.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm stepping on the teacher's desk as I draw the top parts. Then as I drop the bottom parts, I step on the seat. I draw the bottom parts. Then we have it cleaned. Then I go back to my class. This is class 3. When I go to class 4, I'm drawing the map of Africa in class 6.
No, the teacher is calling you.
Yeah. Teachers are calling me. When I get to class 6.
So you maintain the same school?
Yeah, same school. I mean, it's the village. You just walk to the next. We actually walked barefoot. We walked to the next. It's just right there. So at class 6, I'm now drawing the diagram. So you know, Joyce teaching aids, the diagram. the egg, science, what are they
And
called?
now you're in other people's classes drawing these things, and you in your class, what's up? See, kids are being taught.
Yeah, I'm top student there.
Hata hakuna ja kufundisha.
Yeah.
Wacha enda kuwe mwalimu.
In fact, I'm learning things for class 6. So actually now these things, when I'm in class 6, I'm preparing this. I'm helping my teachers prepare their teaching aids because I can draw well.
Wait, let me just ask me. I'm curious. Sorry to cut you short.
Yeah.
Were you a top only in things kuchora related or everything like
Everything.
maths, English?
Everything. I'm either top or number 2. I never went below position 3. If I was at position 3, I'd done really bad by my dad's standards, by my standards. Yeah. So, but I mean, I do these things during maybe break time, lunch time, or after school. I'm in the staff room preparing these teaching aids for these teachers. So I'd say talent gives you access. This is what looking back, when I'm connecting the dots backwards. Yeah. So I mean, class 8 comes. So now I'm quite popular. So I'm the school head boy at class 8.
Hey.
School captain, chairman of the debate club. Then we ace the exams. Top student. I'm called to 3 famous schools. I'm called to Moi High School, Kabarak. Yes.
Change of location.
No, I didn't go there. I received 3 letters. Moi High School, Kabarak. Machakos School. I don't remember the others. Yeah, but my dad said Machakos School it is.
Why? Just because of proximity?
No, well, yeah. Kabarak was quite far. He worked in Meru. So imagine you're going that direction, then your son is going this other direction. I mean, I think he felt there's not going to be a lot of control. Probably I'm going to just get swallowed by by the world. So he said, Machakos School it is. But Machakos School, a top school actually.
I'm wondering how you got 3 letters. So ulikuwa unapatanga barua moja?
No, this is the system then. You'd get a national school, a provincial school, and maybe a district. Actually, I think I got 4.
Aye.
Yeah. When you perform well, you get all the letters. Even the schools near there wanted me to join. The placement used to happen differently that time, I believe. So you'd get a national school, a provincial school. Yeah.
Oh, so now then you go to this place. Then you take. Then what happens during this period?
Machakos School, of course, I join. Of course, I'm from the village. There's these people from the city. I'm kidogo intimidated. But as my life goes, sort of art gives me access. Second week, I'm seated in 1B. We had 4 streams, A, B, C, I think D. I'm in 1B, I'm seated in the second row. In the first row, there's 2 gentlemen. These gentlemen have girlfriends. They come from Nairobi. And they need to write letters. And they notice I have a good handwriting. And I tell them, actually, I can even do calligraphy. Sasa si tunafungua shop.
Are you charging?
Of course.
Do you remember how much?
These guys had a lot of pocket money. Me, I didn't have a lot. So I couldn't afford.
But at least you had.
Nah, not so much. Not compared to what they had.
Do you remember how much you used to charge?
Yeah, it was 10 bob for writing the letter, 10 bob for doing the calligraphy.
Hey, na hizo school 10 bob ni pesa mingi.
That's a full loaf. That's a full loaf of bread. So that was 4 quarters. So I was sorted.
And you're not writing for one person. That's what I mean. You get.
I started with those 2. This is second week.
So shall collect 40 bob.
Yeah, no, I started with those 2. Then they told their other friends.
No, what I mean is it's 20 per person because of the letter 10
bob.
So we shall collect 40 bob.
Yeah, but there was another charge.
For what?
For kama una mistari.
ndo naandikia watu ma lines. Creativity.
Tunakama nayo.
Sana kuexplainia demo yako hivi.
That was an entire 20 bob.
So kama mtu ana ma lines unafanya package ni 40 bob.
40 bob, yes.
Ambiani mkilala njani by choice.
And also kama una girlfriends wengi, so you don't know
you don't want to mix.
Yeah, you don't know how to reply una letter. Yes, service inaongezeka.
So wait first, let me ask. How are they receptive to the charges? It didn't matter to them. It's just money.
It was not a lot of money to them. I mean, I needed money for my bread.
Do you remember on average how much you used to get pocket money those days? Do you remember?
No, I think it was never close to 1,000, but it was like 500 shillings.
That is per what?
Per term.
Term. Na term iko na like 3 months, you know?
Yeah, 3 months. So that was
on average
money.
like
that was little money. So I had to
like
make up for that. Yeah, so I had to look for money. So that's how I use my talent. And I mean, by second week, third week now, I'm writing for people in Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. By the time I'm finishing Form 1, almost I'm writing even for Form 4s. The teachers have not taken notice.
That's the next thing I wanted to ask.
They will take notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So Form 1, I joined art and design. I choose that subject. So I draw a comic. I submit a comic for the school magazine. And it was published when we were in Form 2. Then the teachers take notice. Yeah, so now it's now, you know, when the teachers need to do announcements. So now I move to the art club, to the art room. When you're in Form 1, you don't stay in the art room for so long, because there's always Form 4s doing their projects, Form 3s. But if you're really, really good, at Form 2, you might be granted access, because even these senior people want help in their projects. So in Form 2, I moved my studies to art room, and that's where I operated until I finished Form 4. And that way now the teachers take notice. So whenever a teacher has something to pass, they'd come to the art room. Normally schools have someone called a school artist.
Did you have one? I'm trying to
it's an informal role. Like in my school, it was informal. So that role would be mostly a Form 3, because Form 4s, they're working on their...
They're busy.
Yeah, they're working on their end of year. So a Form 3. So, I mean, a teacher would then contact the school artist. So the school artist then we are his design
assistants.
Team.
Wait, question. Were you being paid ama itu ni
no, this one is just the school, the teacher needs to take out a notice. So we design a nice poster. This is by hand, and then they make copies and then they pin on walls. The people would pay us is people like the clubs, Kiswahili Club, these guys, because they had membership fees. You get my point?
Your membership fees in the school?
Yeah, I think people would. I remember being paid by the Kiswahili Club. They had some money. They had some money. I don't know whether they had membership fee or they had a kitty, some sort of kitty. I remember being paid for writing certificates for the Kiswahili Club. Yeah, a lot of the certificates I have from high school. Print,
So were they legit amount when you're tailoring for people umeweka yako hapo ndani? Tunaona wewe unatutishia huko nje na kumbe umeforge hizi vitu zote.
I was a de facto member of all the clubs by being the calligraphy guy. So sorry. So this I have all these things. Anyway, so once, I mean, I end up becoming myself and another guy who came to Maseno. I'll call him Kim. We end up becoming the school artists at Form 3. And then we support the school in drama festival. We are doing the backdrops. We are doing all these posters that are going to the notice board. It was a coveted position. You would feel very good, very nice among your peers. You're a scribe.
Yeah.
These people are scribes, very important people in history. Yeah. So then, now you asked how I ended up at UN. Of course, I'm doing art and design. I got to one day I find myself in the art teacher's office. And I see...
This is which form now? You're in form?
You
can't remember?
It's Form 3, because I was in the art room all the time.
Oh, so
from Form 2. I was like, people would go to the art room from Form 3. But me, I came in at Form 2 because I was good. So, I think it's around Form 3. In his table, I saw some plans. I was very intrigued. He was doing some plans using T-square. Yeah, our art teacher went to a good... I think he went to KU. So he was doing some plans. So that stuck in my mind. I was like, wait a minute. In design, you can end up drawing plans without necessarily being an architect.
Oh.
Yeah, so this guy is not an architect. So why is he handling plans? I'm sure he was designing like an interior or something like that. Fine, so that sticks in my head.
You don't ask anything at this
No,
point.
of course.
You just seen and you've gone.
No, even like, I think it was illegal to go to his... How we found ourselves there.
It's another story.
No, I think he also doubled up as the games master. So this day, he told us to go and print for him T-shirts. Like our basketball team needed new kit. So we bought the kit and we had to do screen printing. That's how so the screen was in his office. So he sent us to collect it. So that's how I saw in his desk there's some plans. So this guy is very bright. I mean, so that really stuck in my head. So anyway, when we are selecting subjects, I put first choice, Bachelor of Arts in Design, University of Nairobi. Second choice, Bachelor of Interior Design with IT, Maseno. Third choice, my teachers. B, Bachelor of Fine Art, KU. When the letters came out, first choice.
You got it.
Yeah. And as it turns out, later I came to realize that people who grew up in the city never wanted to school in the city. They wanted to go
outside.
As guys who grew up in
the village, you're like, not today, Satan.
No. Want to come to the city. So, yeah, I end up 2007, September, I bring myself to the UN. I didn't come with my parents. I just came alone with my bag, admitted, boom.
But Makweni ni hapa tu.
Yes.
Mbona sound kama mlienda msafara? Makweni ni hapa tu.
No, it's just that on the line, on the queue for admission, it was just myself and another guy who didn't come with parents. We ended up being friends. Yeah. I think his nickname was Sisoko.
So everyone else came with parents?
Yeah. Like people came with, it's a big deal to, I don't know whether these days it's the same, but it was a big deal to get admitted to the university. Very big deal.
I didn't go with my parents either. That's why I'm wondering, yeah. And when I think about it, I can't remember even, maybe there are people who did, but it wasn't like that obviously, like the number was not so catastrophic.
People came with their cousins. In the queue, I had people coming with their cousins, their brothers. Someone would come with a crowd. Yeah. So it's a big deal. We are queuing at American Wing with some papers, admission papers, like that. Yeah, and I think you register, and then you're given where you're going to be sleeping, your accommodation.
Oh, you got the hostel?
Yeah, I got the hostel. I registered. I think there were clubs trying to sign up people. Yeah, I don't know how I ended up at the Christian Union somehow. There were clubs signing people.
You don't know how?
I don't know how.
Mungu saya kikustrike up a shot. After sisi, we don't know why.
I don't know, but I think for me it's always about people. My story is about talent, passion, purpose, and people. So there's always someone. I remember. I think there are some people who dragged me to to one of these fellowships, just around the first or second week. Yeah, so that's how I end up at the UN.
At UN.
Yeah.
And then now, so you've gotten into UN, you've been admitted, uko kwa hostel.
Yeah.
At what point do you get into an internship? Not internship, let me take it back, an attachment.
An attachment.
Do you start right away from first year, ama you wait till like third year, ama you don't do any at all?
I did so many.
From
Let's
which
start-
year? You started which year?
Let's start with first year.
First year you got first attachment.
No, first
Not
year.
an attachment.
I got a job.
Oh, a job.
Yeah, first year.
Question, wait, kabla tuende mbali. Why did you look for a job? Ama the job found you? You know, sometimes job inakupata tu.
So my story is about people. So these same guys who dragged me to the Christian Union. One of them is an engineer. He's actually right now in Korea, South Korea. They told me, hey, bro, you know, we normally used to go for a short break. In December, UN used to close somewhere. We'd join in September. We'd close maybe second week of December or early first week of December. We go for a short break. Then we come back in January. We finish the semester. We go for a 1 week break. Then we do second sem all the way to July. Go for long break. July to September. So short break. These guys tell me we had the 2007 elections. Sorry. So I participated. Yes.
You participated, ulikuwa...
I was counting votes. I was doing my civic duty to my country.
In Nairobi now?
No.
In Makweni?
In the village. Yeah, so I was... we got a job. That time it was ECK, Electoral Commission of Kenya, as enumerators.
So as you're doing that, so they've dragged you in. Was there like a process of applying for this job? Was there,
Yes.
did you submit this?
Yes.
Do you remember how rigorous it was?
The office was at Anniversary Towers. It was a walking distance.
Na cross to
Yes.
yo barabara moja yo end
We
to
just submitted our papers. And then we...
papers ni nini at that time for such a position?
No, you apply. You say where you come from. You see, the electoral body used to use universities, the learned people in a certain area. Most time it would be university students to be enumerators, right? So the learned people. In that. So this friends of one of these guys actually comes from the same my village. He's an engineer. So he tells me, let's go try this thing. We submit our paper. You apply for the job of an enumerator.
Then you wait for time to be responded. It was
Yes.
almost guaranteed.
No. You'd wait for like, I think, was it 2 weeks? I think we applied this thing somewhere in September. Then results came out in November. And it's so happened that around the first week that we are closing school, training was happening. So we all met again in the village to be trained. This is how you're going to be doing the ballot paper. You stamp at the front, then you flip, stamp at the back. Spoiled votes. I know the story of spoiled votes. I know how a spoiled vote looks like. Yeah.
So as you're at this particular place, let me ask,
Yes.
what do you think was shocking for you? Because haujaifanya kazi, si ndio?
Yes.
Wachana hustles za 20 bob, 40 bob, unachajwa watu calligraphy and stuff. You're actually, now this is a job. Si ndio? You
Yeah.
actually applied, you've been taken, you've been trained. What was shocking? What was interesting? What did you learn?
Well, nothing shocking really. I was just going through the motions. First, I know I'm going to earn some money.
Ding ding, first things first.
So I'm just everything else is done with
That in mind.
kuna ka 30, I think ilikuwa ka 35k ama pesa, sijui ilikuwa pesa. It was around that figure. Yeah, enumerators we were paid. So everything else, like I remember even going for the training. It was quite far from our place. We had to go with bikes. I mean,
bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is. So in short, there's a hassle to getting the money anyway, because you have to go for training. Then the day of the election, you have to wake up early. We were at the station, I think, at 6 a.m.
So this nini you're doing in in your village?
Yeah.
Ama in the main, like, water?
No, now we are trained at a place called Kilome.
Where?
Yes.
Hiyo iko wapi sasa ukiniorient?
This in Makueni.
Makueni sasa, the best place I would say central is water. It's
now.
Is it far from?
It's in the middle. It's not far. It's not far.
It's on the way to.
Yeah, like you get off Mombasa Road, a place called Salama. Then you can drive to Kilome, and then past Kilome you can go all the way to water. Yeah, you get off Mombasa Road.
So you bicycle una ride, eh?
Yeah, but we were young, so yeah.
It wasn't difficult anyway for you at that point.
You know, now it can be difficult.
But that time it wasn't.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I think there's people who even walked to the place.
Because that sounds really far.
Yeah, guys walk from my home.
How would you say, how long was it, like, in terms of minutes, let's say, in bicycle riding?
It's not minutes, it's hours.
How many hours?
Like 3.
Naambia hizi pesa tunazitafutanga. Hai. 3 hours on a bicycle every day. For how long was the training?
They went for a week. No. What we did is we got accommodation around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go once, then mnaishi hapo. Who's paying for the accommodation?
No. We were hosted by.
Okay.
We were hosted by a family. A family friend.
We is you and your friends?
Yeah, myself and 2 of my friends.
So ini azinumeambo mjipange nyi mkuje tu training.
You come for the training. So I'd call my high school friend, hey, Niaje, you guys, I know you live there, nini. The mom said, yeah, your friends can come.
How many were you?
3 of us.
That's not such
3
a
dudes,
bad number.
Yeah.
As long as you're not ill-mannered.
Yeah,
you know how it's difficult to live with.
I mean, we were going for training in the morning.
Narudi
We
jioni.
were training again like that.
Yeah. So you've gone there. In terms of training, is there anything that you're feeling, hey, okay, in the real world? Ama to you it's just zinaflow too?
No.
It was
just,
okay.
In fact, I just felt proud that I'm doing something for the country. But after the election erupted, this is the election that
Kubaya. Ne? Kulikuwa kubaya.
This thing when I went. Yeah, but I mean, I did my work. We submitted our the numbers. They were taken to the central place for counting. You just go home and chill for your chums.
How far off did they pay you?
I think
How far
after a month.
And that was a one-time payment?
Yeah. They deposit in your account. So when I joined,
you had to have an account.
Of course, yeah. You give an account. When I joined but I mean, we stayed home this is the election that really went
South.
The dogs, eh? We stayed home for like, we were so bored. We stayed home for, was it close to a month? The whole of January, we were just at home, doing nothing. Just.
But at least you've made some money.
Yeah, we had made some money, but you know, you've just started campus and then
it's disrupted.
It's been halted.
Yeah. So you move from that. What's the next job? Attachment. Now wewe nitaanza options zangu. What was the next job? Or the next attachment? Or the next hustle?
No, in first year, in first year, we are drawing a lot by hand. So I didn't do anything. I don't remember doing anything to give me. I think I remember we tried to go to do face painting at the Arboretum. We did that. I remember we did that for a couple of with my friends for a couple of weekends.
Mnajipanga tu?
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Face paint some kids, make some money, go back to campus. But it wasn't really big. But now towards the end of
wait, don't brush over that story.
Mimi nimefanya vitu mingi.
Ngoja tunaenda tu pole pole.
Nimefanya vitu.
So umeenda hii face painting. Mumejiorganize aje? Nani ndio lead ama kila mtu ako peke yake? Nikipata customer nachukua tu ama?
We're just 3 of us. We said
there is a number. There is a crowd.
It was myself, another guy and a lady. we said, we are in campus. We don't have money. Actually, this we to raise money for design is a very expensive course. Very expensive. And me being the person I am, I'd like to have everything, all the materials that are required. So if you buy everything with your help, you will go hungry.
Yeah.
So we had to look for ways to make chums. So in first year, because I've not yet learned to use the computer or to design with a computer, I could only draw using my hands. So
I'm very curious. Mmeji organize aje, because now this is like three. It looks like a company, not very formal, but you're three people. You've decided you're going to be painting. Who is organizing what, or how are you getting there? Mmejipanga aje? Who is receiving the money?
No, it's Arboretum. No, you are receiving your own money. It's
so huyu akikuja
it's Arboretum.
Ninakupea, tunanilipa, tunamaliza.
Arboretum is walking distance from the halls of residence.
Kwa hapo tu.
Yes, you just walk, and so we pick this lady ourselves, and then we have watercolors. See, that's what we are using for shule.
Natumia materials za project custom.
Yeah. And then you get a bottle of water. You have your where you're going to be mixing the colors. And then I don't remember even having like some characters to say, can I draw this? We just go like that. If the kid says they want a fish, you figure out how to draw a fish. If they say they want a cartoon character, you figure out.
Charles, mia unijibu swali yangu. Unijibu swali yangu. Wacha niulize. Mko kampo, you're here thinking I'm broke, right?
Yes.
Sasa mumetembea Kiguna njia na watakala zenu. Sawa?
Yes.
You've gone. Who has organized that? Are you paying the park? You get pale place ya entry, you have to pay.
It was free.
It was free. Yeah. It's free. Umengia. Do they, because they have restrictions, like, do you know this or no?
Okay, these days they have.
Those days
they never had.
So unaingia tu unasimama.
People used to go to Arboretum just to be there.
But people still do that. It's just that you have to pay.
We never used to
for
pay.
like.
In fact, even I remember when I started jogging, I'd jog at the Arboretum for free. Come in, go around, go out.
Aya sawa, mmefika. Why I'm asking this is, I want people, this podcast inaskizwa na different kinds of people. You may be aiming the goal to be lessons from attachment in interior design, na mtu hiyo si issue yake. Maybe issue yake ni niko kampo sahi na nimesota. What am I doing? You get? How can I make money? How do I panga myself? You get? So for me, we unaona ni small job. Mi naona kuna kitu hapo ndani.
Okay.
You get? Okay. Because I'm thinking of a lot of things. Umefika Arboretum. Are you paying? No. You msema those days there's no paying. There are no restrictions of no, you can't do this here. 3, it's not like you're dressing like clowns. They're clowns, you would know. This one is going to do this. So how would people identify you and know? Huyu anafanya face painting. Wacha, of course, ukiwa na mmoja hapo watajua. But before that, how are you advertising yourself?
No. Well, first you ask about how we organize ourselves. I wouldn't say poverty puts you together. But
msoto kujeni hapa.
The struggle is real. You know where it's real, but it's real to talented people. I think these were the best. These people ended up getting first class honors. These were the best students. So we said, I think one of us came up with that. Say, why don't we just walk? It's a Saturday. Why don't we just walk? We have these things. Today is we're not in studio. Let's just walk and see what can happen. What really can happen. No, we are not advertising anything. You're just walking up to kids and asking their mom, can I?
Oh, you're walking up to them.
Yeah.
So it's a similar version to door to door.
Yeah, ni door to door. Wewe ndio unataka pesa.
Jusi tumevaa nguo inasema sijui what
there's no advertising.
Okay.
You're just carrying the things in your bag. Yeah, you said.
How much are you charging? Do you remember?
I remember it was 50 bob.
Not bad.
Yeah, per child. Sometimes 100. I think mostly it was 50 bob.
So do you have standard? Ama you asking, unataka kupaintiwa nini?
No, I think it was just. Oh yeah, no, there's no standard. It's what the kid wants. Then you figure out.
But anyway, kids wouldn't tell you something elaborate, right? They wouldn't tell you something complicated.
No.
Ni a chap, quick.
Yeah. Quick. We make our chums. We go back to campo. This is maybe on a Saturday. Then maybe on a Sunday afternoon.
How long did you guys do that for?
I think the entire of first year.
Really?
The entire of second. You know, in the first semester, you don't know each other that much.
Yeah.
Second semester.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it, yes.
Third semester mliachana nayo?
No, now you see, something happens towards the end of second semester. When you're really good, people just look for you. So this lady looks for me to be her mercenary.
So this lady tells you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so towards the end of second semester, we do pin-ups. Okay?
Second semester?
This is the last semester.
Oh,
we used to have
third year?
Of first year.
You used to do pin-ups in first year? Oh, I thought pin-ups were for fourth year thing.
No, pin-ups are every week.
We never did pin-ups in Maseno. We only did one, I think, in fourth year. And it's because they said, wacha tujaribu kitu yoen wanafanya. Ilikuwa unafanya project yako, you submit and you go. There's nothing like, unless I'm your friend or I've seen you bringing it, I wouldn't really know what the other person did.
But actually, pin-ups were every week. Like pinning up and presenting your work, like talking about your work. And I think this is where we personally have honed my presentation skills. It was weekly. You'd have to pin and then defend. Like, say what's the concept and get, get grilled.
Critique.
Yeah, get critique. So this final pin-up, we did our final pin-ups. So first years normally used to pin up first, then second years after first year pin-up used to be up just for about 3 days. The second year would be about 4 days, like that. So the third years would be pinning on around week 3 there. And there the pin-up used to be up for an entire week. So once we pin up, and this lady, she's now I think, a very senior in one of these furniture companies.
But she's a student at that time.
No. Oh, at that time she's a fourth year student. She comes to check the first year pin-up. She really loves my work. And then she calls me, she tells me, can you be my mercenary? Like, first years, after they pin down, they used to go home. But me, I've decided, no, I really love this thing. I'm not just going home. I'm going to stay around.
So wait, explain to our viewers, mercenaries ni nini kwenye hawajai fanya design, hawajai kwa your end.
Mercenary is just an KYM. Unpaid an unpaid intern. Not that we are talking about internship. Yeah, an unpaid intern for 2 weeks. Because once umemaliza pin-up yako Wednesday, hata akakuja, pin-up, pin down, oh nice. Now I want you to come to level. They were working on I think level 2 or level 3. I show you where I'm working from. This is my desk. Nini, sasa I'll just give you. I think I was doing some landscape coloring because I was very good. Yeah, so I'm doing a landscape.
But that was allowed in your campo?
Yeah. People, I was doing her model. That's allowed.
Oh.
That's allowed, 100%. What they are trying to train you that delivery of a project is not necessarily your own brilliance. It's teamwork. Yeah. So even people would go to town and have things printed. They would go to town and make some models. At the end of the day is how you deliver your project.
Wait, I'm trying to remember mine. I think if you're in my class, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. But me, I don't remember that. I think anything that you would be assisted, at most maybe is you go to a fundi, maybe if you're doing furniture, you're sasa huwezi anza from scratch. But hizi za kuchora nini, you umefanya tu chini ya maji.
No, for us it was, that for the UNN, it was, okay, some of our students also used to come from very affluent families. But if you look at life now, when we are delivering a project, you try to source whatever help you can source. If you can find that. You go to the best fundi so that your job can. So these are things I think.
So that's an interesting thing that you picked up from school. I think that's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Because okay, we've done how many episodes so far? We've only aired 17, but I think we've done maybe 25 or something. And when I use that history, is that a good number to use history?
Yeah.
Anyway, if inaitwa sample size ni ndogo sana, mtani forgive.
It's fine.
Yeah. When I look at all the guests who came from UN, because I have UN, I have Maseno guys, I have NIT, I have BIFA. Sindo? When I look at UN guys, I'm seeing most of UN guys do a lot of collabos even now.
Yeah.
And when I look at ingine, we're not so collabo oriented. And I don't know if I'm misguided, mtani correct, but I'm getting that maybe started kitambo.
Starts
because
back then.
as we were taught to do by yourself. So even like for me I would hardly collaborate unless I've employed you. You get? In fact, I even changed my perspective on teams perhaps last year too. Like, okay, you know what? Perhaps you don't need to even have an employee. You can just work with your peer, mkanjane na msonge kando.
No.
It used to be like, okay, if you want everything, you have to create the whole team from scratch. You understand? So, but now when you talk and I look at the other ones, I'm like, maybe that's what we missed.
Yeah. Because I remember during our time, you could go upstairs to architecture and help, ask them to help you with some. Like, they were very good in ArchiCAD. I always went to the architects. Like, they would help you. They would tell you, this is how you do a line. This is how you do.
Or maybe
And
let me
whoever-
stop generalizing. Sorry. Wacha nisiseme but what were the other universities. Maybe it was a me thing also because of the way we had been. Let me not blame maybe the institutions. Maybe it's the way my personality was and now the introversion and then the kufundishwa lazima ufanye kazi yako. Unajua ile ya kufanya kazi na unaficha hivi usikopi.
Yeah.
So it was so ingrained mpaka you find it hard like, how are we doing this together?
Yeah, no, Aska has had a showy, I would say a showy culture. Like, when you did something, you pinned it up.
Not only the pinning part is what's fascinating me about what you just said.
Even
it's
when
the
you-
fact
no-
that you're going even to architecture students.
when you did something, you printed, like where I used to sit at my desk. Mr. Levi would be sitting next. You do something spectacular, you'll print it, pin it at the back, so that you can get feedback from
Sasa unaona
from your
saka
peers.
sisi ujui sana unless tu umeka next to him ama you did the the way you can hang out with a few people and do your mkikesha last minutes, right? Is when you would know, oh, strength ya Abi ndio hii ama si hii. So one, there was a culture of do your work, submit and go. People don't know. Two, there was no the critique thing. So you're not receiving critique per se other than your lecturer. Three, there's no sharing. There was no ati, oh, let me go to this year tusaidie huyu amalize kazi yake. It was always mi nimemaliza kazi yangu nimeenda. You understand? So perhaps what I'm taking and just encouraging our viewers, maybe look at it from a different lens and try that.
Yeah.
Because it's really beneficial. It helps you also in creating your teams later on.
Yeah, actually, every job I've done up to date is referrals from architects, QSs, engineers that I worked for in campus.
Imagine. Sasa malonas wa kufanya. Wacha tufiche kazi yetu. Usione kazi yangu. You know.
Yeah.
We didn't really benefit.
Yeah, but all these people need help. Like, even the big farms, they need help. You realize they don't have a strength, so they source for help, and sometimes the help comes from small farms and even just freelancers in the market currently. So we just form consortiums, as it were, to get a job done.
Yeah, what I've seen about consortiums is sana with architects, with interior designers. Naona recently ndio watu maybe wanajaribu, but again, let me say from my blinded side, it was not such a common thing. Me, I would see like with my bro, because he's an architect. Like, wanatafuta kazi, wanatengeza consortium faster, wanaipata pamoja, you know. But I don't know why even me, I'd never thought of following the same model. You get?
No, as case I've done it for a long time with my colleagues. I'll mention him again, Mr. Levi and co. We've done it for a long time.
Higher.
So this lady called me, and we are putting together her pinup. Of course, people who end up having mercenaries, one, or having help, is one, you've taken up a huge project, right? And for their projects are normally huge. You need to deliver a physical sample of furniture. You need to model this big site that you've taken. So towards the end, crunch time, you realize you need help. Or maybe whatever time you realize you need help, you look for help, whether from within or from without. So I was helping her do a model and color the landscape. She's come up with it. You know, this is what we do. Even that's what I do in the office. I come up with everything or most of the things, and then people just help me to put it together. So I help her do her pinup. She passes her exams. Then something kept disturbing my mind that we are coming to second year, and in second year we handle graphics, real graphics. So you're using Illustrator. Now you're drawing by hand is not going to make the cut. So with the chums I worked for, ECK, IBC of that time, I register for a course in town. Yeah.
Walking distance still.
Yes.
Across to barabara.
Yes. This place at Hazina Towers that was offering 3D animation, graphic design.
Was it Shang Tao?
Yeah. Yeah, so I have a certificate from these guys, and I learned music production. So I did Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops, my brother used to use Fruity Loops. Used to make kwa PC, Tengeza mabeats.
I did Fruity Loops, but the old...
No, what was the aim of you going to learn Fruity Loops, surely?
No, that was just part of the course. But the whole...
was part of the course?
Yeah, it was. I was just
looking. What course was this? Graphic design? Certificate in graphic design and media technologies. Oh,
so the media technology... Yes, you needed to know. And it has produced serious DJs in this place.
Oh, I thought you had to say you're producer.
No, my music gifting. So I learned graphics, I learned 3D animation. So when we go back to campus for second year, so I'm ready now. I mean, these guys from Nairobi. Now I'm somewhere. Now I can make money. Yeah. So
how long did that course take? Do you remember?
No, the entire 3 months, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the entire 3 months that we were on break.
So you're tutoring for this lady, you're helping her, and you're still in course?
No. After pin down.
Oh, you are free.
Yeah, after I'm free. Okay. And my fellow first years have gone back to their home. I decided to pirate. I got a mattress. It's illegal, eh?
Yeah.
If the halls of residence I realized that we pirated.
But I hear it a lot. It doesn't seem very illegal. It seems like it's a thing.
It was because, I mean, you don't have a room technically. So you have a mattress.
But even Wachisi anaona kuna watu hapo ndani.
No, the rooms, I mean, see, it's upstairs.
Yes, but when you're not getting out, you can't stay in that room forever.
No, you can't count the number of students coming in and out.
No, but kumefungwa.
Yeah?
Si kumefungwa shule?
No, there's people from other courses that
that are in session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys
God.
from
That's why
Chiromo.
It's so common.
Guys from Chiromo, the doctors are around. The guys for BA, Bachelor of Arts are around. Yeah, so we also have rooms. But our proper halls are closed, which is all, I think, the Mamlaka part, the prefabs, all 7, all 8, those ones are closed. So we are all residing in the lower the lower part of the halls. And we are going to Tao or we are going to Hustle, coming back.
So you start getting to gigs here and there.
Now, when you learn graphics and you're good, the people start looking for you. So I had Sonu Politicians. Sonu is UNSA. It used to be Student Organization of the University of Nairobi. Yeah, so these people were vying for posts. They want posters.
I made my own poster.
We made your own poster.
I was in
Somu. So us guys, yeah. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Can you imagine? I usually see those posters and I laugh. I'm like, amazing. Who could vote for this joke? Anyway.
So we made posters. We had people coming all the way from Kikuyu campus, or people coming from Lower Kabete campus. My room was a revolving door. So I was just churning out posters. So back to my thing. So making chums to subsidize for.
Do you remember how much a poster would be charged?
You know, there's just the designing. That would be like 2 Gs. But then there's the printing. So you go to town. So you just go and get a quote.
Alafu naeka yako markup.
Yeah. Then you deliver. You just know where.
So at
These
this
people
time,
will be producing a lot of posters. For you to
Sana.
be elected UN, you have to have presence in how many campuses? I think there were around 7.
Oh,
7
it's not
campuses.
just need there.
No. You have to be in Lower Kabete. Your poster has to be in Kenya Science. Your poster has to be in
ours was
Kikuyu.
different. Ours was
Your poster.
Apple. You don't need to be in the Kisumu campus. You don't need to be in. You get.
No, these were big.
Was insane.
Those were now like those were the small
Mini
posts.
elections.
Those
Hizi
were
ni kama
like halls. Yeah, like halls. Like what a congressman. Those ones were localized. But if someone is going for what we used to call the executive council, they needed serious presence and serious campaign machinery.
First thing that's coming to my mind at this point, are you feeling like the money now coming in is a lot and ishuleni ya nini? Are you feeling like, oh, I have relief because I don't have a good financial background, so I can focus on school? Or, what are you thinking? What are you feeling at that moment?
I registered a company.
At that time?
Yo.
Okay, so you're registering your company again. Are you feeling like it's conflicting? Is your work in school struggling?
No.
It's not una balance.
I was always at the top.
Tell me, explain to our viewer how you are balancing your time.
Kuna
shule, kuna weekends. Is it that you're doing on weekends? Is it that you're doing in the evening? Is it that when I don't have classes, when I do it, how are you balancing? Because kuna kusoma, kuna projects, za interior design, kuna vitu mingi, How are you balancing your time?
I never slept. I had to have top grades. I was playing.
You had to have top grades based on your initiative, based on feeling obligated for your folks at home.
I came. No, this is what I was born to do. So who can do it better than me?
So it's not like you're feeling.
No. I was
in
like,
initiative yako.
No one can beat me in this. Yeah, let's start from there. I would feel very. Yeah, if I performed badly. And I told you my story is of passion, purpose, people, and talent. So I knew I have talent. I was passionate. I knew I love this thing. And then there's a bigger thing about purpose. God put me in this world to do this thing.
So money is not coming, is not interfering with this now. No. It's at par.
Yeah, to serve his people.
Okay.
And in return, they are just giving me a few coins. They can't even afford me. So I'm serving the master himself.
So now you've registered the company. This is what year now?
This is 2010.
This is after?
No, 2010. I'm in college.
Campus. This is which year now? 3.
I'm in third year.
Third year.
Yeah.
So you register your company. What made you feel like you needed to register the company?
Before we register the company.
Who is we?
Sorry, I'll tell you. I had a partner.
Okay.
I had a business partner at the time. So we are at we've done the pinup. I'm now at Shangtao. Then we're now doing the posters and all. Another opportunity to serve the country showed up.
You applied again.
National census.
That one application, is it at the same place now? It's same.
I think similar, but I don't know whether it was at the same place.
The process was the same.
Is it not the same body? Okay, no, that's not the same body.
I don't know if it's the same body or not.
So when when I'm in second year and we used to go for a short break and a long break. So in the short break, second year, which in the previous year I went to do ECK. In this short break, before because I did the census in the long break. In the short break in December, we first painted the city red. Yes. We did Santa, these Christmas decorations. So with this gentleman, 2 gentlemen, one was a designer, the other one was doing architecture. He's now somewhere in Spain. He's an architect. So we came together and decided, again, brought together by luck.
My brokenness. So reloaded.
We decided we can go and talk to Chumi. I recently actually met the manager. My office, his office is next. He's now he's doing security, the manager for Uchumi That was Uchumi. It was that branch, Apo Koinange Street. So we start with Uchumi. Then we go to the banks.
So you guys are walking in and asking tunaweza
Yeah. We do Christmas decoration.
So we are not skipping over that, guys. Njia ya kuhustle ndio hiyo. You just go and ask. You understand? You just go and ask.
Yeah.
I usually want to take every lesson that we can take, you know.
Yeah.
Just walk in. Okay, I usually do graphic design. This is what I do. Would you need something to be done? You know? Because there's no other marketing methodology you followed.
Yeah. My friend called it guerrilla marketing. My friend Levi said, this is gorilla. So we walk to the banks, to these places. Actually, this manager bargained. I reminded him. I met him, I think it's just last week. But we finished our work and he paid. And then we went. These places, Village Market. This was our December holiday. Yeah, so we did. And then we put our chums together, split, went for Christmas.
This time, do you go home? Ama unabaki tena you lingered?
You went. I go home, yeah.
Okay. Sawa. So you've done this and then you decide now to register the company.
Yeah, this is December. So second term of no, I think this company was registered when I was in third year. So we come back, do second term, then we go on long break. During long break, national census. We pocket. I pocket my chums, and then I go to this graphic design company. My lecturer, before we went on break, I'd spoken to my lecturer. I told him, now we are going for the long break. I don't plan to go home per se, like the rest. Do you know anywhere that I can use I can better my skills? So at second year, you have not yet decided to do interior design. So you can't be attached in an interior design firm. So she said, I know of a friend of mine. They have a graphic design firm somewhere in industrial area. It's quite big, yeah? They even have a college. There's even a college. So so I went. I spoke to this lady. I told her, I'll be away for 2 weeks. These 2 weeks, I'm going to make that other tunes.
Centers.
Yeah. So I'll be away I'll be away at home for 2 weeks, then I'll come and start. So she did the interview, and then I bounced. Then 2 weeks later,
report.
It is there. The lady attaches me to what was called the origination department. Yes, this is the creative department. So I'm attached to the guy called the creative director. I'm in that office. So I discovered the creative director only had sketch pads. Then he never used to have a computer. The computer was with people called desktop publishers, DTP. One of those DTPs is my current branding guy. So these things, they just add up. I said you connect the dots
when you
looking backwards. So the creative director, we sat over there for 3 months. First, I was so intrigued. I think when I came that week, he was on leave. He was away for 2 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I spent time flipping his sketch pads. Boy, oh boy. That was like one of the most pivotal moments in my life.
Why?
Everything you see in the supermarket was in that sketch pad. Every label.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even billboards.
Oh.
Yes. So this guy came up with like so much in this city. So I became so intrigued. Like, how does one human being come up with all this? So he came back from leave, took me downstairs. We had fish. He's just giving me orientations, and so we come back to his desk, and for the next 3 months, he would get a brief. From the big bosses. Say, this is what we are going to develop. Maybe we are designing a calendar for this big clients, or we are designing whatever came to his desk. He'd tell me, let's read the brief together. Let's interpret. I'll come up with my concept, come up with yours. So he gave me a blank sketch pad. That was my best life. We drew.
Wait. So at this part,
Yes.
I don't know if I've missed it, but does this count as a job or an attachment?
This is now my first proper attachment.
It's an attachment. So even the lady is taking in as an attachment.
Yeah,
and
I'm paid. She pays for. She's paying for a few things for me. So I told her, I'm in campus. I'm broke. I won't make to raise the fare to come here. Yada yada. So nilijitetea. Yes, yet I had chums from.
Yeah, but
from this place.
That's irrelevant.
From census. Yeah. She told me, we agreed on a rate. So how much is your fare from here and there? How much will you spend for lunch? Rounded it up, maybe multiplied it.
Hey, back and pay lunch.
Yeah, everything.
Hey.
They multiplied it maybe by 2 and told me now you will be receiving this per day. You'd be collecting. She would sign. You will come to my office every Friday. Collect a signed impressed, then go to finance.
Nakupatie do. Nasikia moto kwa mfuko. Umeshikilia hivi nikasema we.
The weekend. Friday. Did they used to come on Sunday, those guys? Saturday? I think they would come on Saturday. But I've never been there on a Saturday.
So wait, as you're sketching, you guys were sketching. Why didn't you, I don't know if I should ask this, why didn't you go into the graphics part? Because in Campo at that point, haujachagua bado.
I've not chosen.
Yeah.
And I can do a bit of graphics because I went to Shangtao. But, man, this is the creative director. What these guys are doing in their computers is what he has come up with.
So?
This is the most important thing.
Yes, so why didn't you do this?
Which one?
See, because you're creative director, see him sketching.
Yes, that's what I was doing.
No, why didn't you? So as you're aligning your campus experience, you have to drop whatever these other things, because you guys are all generally new and mnaanza pamoja. Then you choose, I'm going to do graphics or interior, right? Okay, I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So why didn't you?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming. No, definitely. When I'm trying to make important decisions in my life, I listen keenly. I observe. I pray. I do everything so that this is really it. So at that point, graphics is the thing, and it's the thing that I've loved for a long time. But see, tunarudi campo. We go back to campus. So I finished 3 months with this creative director. Then we go back to campus.
We can hear you guys.
After we go back to campus, we have this one semester before we make choices. And something also very important happens that pointed me to do what I did. This lecturer, we get a new lecturer for interiors. I think he was a part-timer. He was Asian. And he was quite tough. He gives us an assignment. The entire class. See, we are all mixed. We've not even chosen. First week he comes, he said, we made a model. And then we were supposed to draw. This is the the unit that is called, I think it's called technical drawing.
TD.
Yeah. That one. Remember in high school, I did art and design. But he told us to make this model, a complex model. So people made it as complex as they could. They didn't know where it's going to. So people made very complex models. Clean cut, nice. Then he told us to draw this model. Plan, front, side, perspective. And I got it in the first week. Like exactly the way he wanted it. Many other people in my class took long. I don't want to say how long. But his teaching methods were quite harsh. Now, so he ended up, even our class even made a petition. The guy was chased away even before the semester. Yeah.
Why? For them, what?
They felt it was too harsh. Right? But you can only connect your dots by looking
But let me
backwards.
ask, so what if he's too harsh? Is he, is he harsh and unfair? Is he harsh and fair? Do you get my question? Because does it really matter?
It was harsh.
Or rude, what was it?
Abusive.
Oh.
Abusive. Tough. And like he really pushed people. And people had never been pushed. They had never been used to being pushed that way, right? But Mimi, unajua, God does things. You can only connect the dots by looking backwards. I believe this guy just came to our class to show me that I should do interior design. Yeah. This particular moment is what made me choose. Because I asked myself, if this is the thing that I'm doing and I'm not struggling, why should I go and be peers? Because if I went to graphics, there were very good graphic designers there. Very good. So you get my point. Personally, in my life, I only choose the things that I'm the best in.
Auendi kungangana hizi vitu zingine.
No. So I said, this is it.
So let me ask, up to this point, because you've done a couple of hustles, you worked for Gava, let me call it that. You've even registered a company at some point.
Yeah, no, we are registering this company now
after.
In third year. Yeah.
So up to this point, what soft skill are you feeling is very important for you?
Yeah, like I said, people.
What about people?
Being able to create relationships with people. It's my main. First, if you look back from primary school, it is this particular boy who brought the other boys to me. Really, I didn't know them. You get my point? You go to high school, it is these two other boys who are seated in front of me who brought me all the other clients. Right? You come back to campus, it is this guy who dragged me to the Christian Union and dragged me again to go to register for this Gava job. It's just people. They believed, or rather they felt, I need to be part of this thing that they're doing.
Actually, even the way you've been just summarizing for yourself your 4 words, I feel like, so for every episode, there's usually one thing that stands out in my mind when I talk to a guest. And for yours, I would not even talk about all other things. I would say relationships with people, because not only were they connecting you to other people, but to date, you're working with the people you worked with in Campo.
Yeah, 100.
You get?
And they are billionaires, millionaires. Whatever.
You know, so as you're sitting, people may feel like, oh, it's important. Wacha mimi nimalize. You know, sometimes people think that university, okay, my opinion, university is not really ya kukufundisha kazi, because ukitoka huku nje, it's like unaanza on a clean slate. You understand?
Yeah.
But when I think about it, it's more or less hizo connections, hizo kujua kujimanage, kujua kujihandle, kufikiri out of the box that nimesota and I need to find some extra money, it's just navigating life within those confines that helps you navigate outside,
Yeah, but also I believe it's true. I agree with you 100%. But also I believe I'm a good person to have around.
I'm happy for you.
These guys they needed
comfortable.
Yeah, just for me to be, they're comfortable with me. So we are cracking jokes. I'm just making the place lively.
Oh,
for sure.
So you are easy.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Yeah, we are just living life, man.
Okay.
And making sure everyone is okay. Yeah, service to the people.
Aye.
Service to God's people.
Is that why you went on to do all these other things? Because you mentioned primary school, was it head boy?
Yeah, it was a primary school. I was a school captain.
School captain, sorry.
Yeah, and
head boy.
and also head boy, yes.
And then you went on. You were doing but Campo, you are really not in Sonu.
No, I wasn't in Sonu.
You were just doing their posters.
I was doing their posters.
But
I was playing football, and I was in the drama team, University of Nairobi. And then I had my studies.
Hey,
and I had my clients.
You're doing a lot. You have the energy of like 10, 15 people.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, if you know where you come from and what you're aiming at.
Again, I'm so telling ilikuwa my friend. Ni huku ndio tunaenda. I must talk to this. So actually, when I think about it, there's some level of kujituma inakuja na shida pia.
You either point a spear or you dangle a carrot.
You did. Was it both or which one was it the spear?
Both.
Yako ilikuwa both.
So I know I'm supposed to earn some chums, but I know also if I don't earn it, it's going to be bad.
So that one pushed you a lot because you felt like, hey, sina option ingine. Option ni kurudi makueni.
Yeah. But I also want to say, also, why people is big in my mantra or in the way I do things is because when a customer or when a client buys from you, you make a sale, right? When they come back, you build loyalty, right? When they tell their friends, remember the boy who went and brought his friends, you build a brand. Even though kunaendanga
alikuwa brand na
you build a brand. So why I love people, it's you focus not on the sale, but on the relationship. Once you do that, you build a legacy.
And with that, I would have to call you for a part 2, just because of time.
Yes.
I'll call you for a part 2.
Yeah.
But as of up to there, I think there are so many nuggets we've picked on. Sometimes you can plan the podcast to go this way, and then you realize kuna mahali hapa we don't want to run all over. You get? Because you're still taking things here and there. Yeah? But before we do wrap up,
Okay.
I would like to ask, what advice would you give aspiring interior designers? Either they're trying to figure out what course to do, what course to fill in, or they're in Campo first year and they're wondering, should I continue with this or not? What advice would you give them? Based on your experience now.
Who in first year?
No? Either ndio unataka kuingia Campo, uko first year, or even in your first jobs. Just very early careers.
So let me just come full circle. I started with the late Steve Jobs. Let me just finish with Steve Jobs. In this commencement address that he made at Stanford University, he was talking to graduates. So he was telling them, your work is going to form a large part of your life after you leave campus, right? The only way to be happy is to do what you think is meaningful work, what you think is great work. The only way to do great work is to do that you love. Kunaendanga hivyo. If you're a student and you've found it, or you've graduated and you've not found it, if you found it, then consider yourself lucky. Yes. Yeah. If you've not found it, keep looking.
What does keep looking mean? Put it into context.
Just keep waking up every morning, showing up at whatever workstation that there is, and listening to yourself. It goes on to say, with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it. And as any other great relationship goes, it will just keep getting better and better and better as the years roll on. So if you've not found it, don't stop. Keep looking. You will find it and you will love it. Hivyo tu. Here, he was talking about purpose. Just find your purpose. Then, he also continues to say, you stay hungry and stay foolish.
Stay hungry and stay foolish.
Yes. Why are you staying hungry? You have to be hungry to want to do more. You have to be passionate. Right? Why are you staying foolish? You have to open up your mind for learning. The minute you tell your mind that now we know everything, then it will close. You will not learn anything. So you're supposed to stay passionate, hungry, and just keep looking. You will find something nice. People find wives. How do they find it? Should be the same way. They find their purpose. How do they find How do people find their wives? How do they find them? People find husbands. How do they find them? This thing is inside. So purpose is...
Tell people who are not married how they find husbands and wives.
How they find... No, it's embedded. Yeah, your wife is... It's embedded kabisa inside of you. You just need to listen deeper.
Bas. Ndio hiyo. Stay hungry and stay foolish.
Yeah.
This is not the end of the conversation.
Asante.
We need to do a part 2.
Asante.
Sindio? Just because we're going to spill over to the next shoot.
Yeah, asante.
But I really enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for sharing.
Most
you know,
welcome.
I learned so much from the guests, by the way. You know, I started this podcast thinking, tutaenda tutakuwa tuna inform watu, tuna throw nuggets. Then you sit on the seat and you realize, maybe there are things I didn't consider. Maybe there are things I didn't know. Maybe there are perspectives or experiences. Unaona, kwa mfano ukiniambia ulitembea mguu tupu, I've never experienced that. So I would not understand the level of hungriness or hunger, that would drive you to, let me do this, let me do that. You understand?
Yeah.
You may say ati, kwetu labda mimi nimesota, but you don't understand ya huu mwingine. You get?
Yeah.
So it's really, thank you so much for sharing.
Most welcome.
Yeah, and I hope you've been inspired. Please comment. If you're one of his friends, comment hapo kwa chini kwa video. Tuambie. Yeah? Tell us how your experience was. Yeah. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.